Hello everyone, welcome to Spartan Fitness. Thank you for coming by. If you're new, subscribe and join the battalion today. Today we'll be going over how to set fitness goals and how to achieve those goals. Now the reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of people don't set goals correctly, especially in the fitness world. And especially at this time of the year, lots of us are starting off on our New Year's resolutions, but unfortunately some of us might be tapering off those goals. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to set goals and also how to stay motivated and achieve those goals. Let's get started. So before we get into the specifics on how to set a proper goal, the biggest and most important thing is to know your why. I suggest setting up about 10 whys or as many whys as you can come up with. Again, 10 whys is a great way to get started because if you come up with 10 reasons why you want to achieve your goal, one, you might think, how am I going to come up with 10 reasons to set this goal? And now this is going to cause you to brainstorm. And when you brainstorm, you're probably going to figure out things that motivate you that you weren't even aware of. So writing down, especially the fact that you write them down, which is something you should do and not just have them in your head, you're really making it well known why you want to achieve the goal. And by doing this is going to give you motivation, it's going to inspire you, and on days that you don't feel like working towards your goal, it's going to give you something to lean back on and be like, oh, I want it for this reason, so I'm going to, even though I don't feel like it, I am going to go out and pursue my goal. The next bit of advice I'll give you, it comes from, you probably heard the term SMART, and how you can use that acronym SMART to set your goals. However, I have a slightly modified version of SMART. I call it SMAD. SMAD is basically a better way to set your goals so you don't fail. And what SMAD stands for is specific, measurable, attainable, and also have a deadline. So when I say specific, I mean be as detailed as possible with your goal. Make it measurable. By doing this, you don't give yourself much of a leeway. There's not much of a gray area. It's either you succeed or you fail. There is no gray area, and this is very good because a lot of times our minds will kind of cave in. It'll kind of give in to comfort. And if we don't clearly define our goals, then we're bound to not reach the highest level that we can be. And by measurable, I mean make it quantitative. So if you're trying to lose weight, write down exactly how much weight you're trying to lose. Or if you're trying to limit the amount of sugar you're intaking a day, don't just say, I am going to eat less sugar this year. Write down exactly how many grams of sugar you're going to eat a day. For instance, let's just say I want to eat less sugar, so I'm going to eat at most 10 grams of sugar a day. And now a lot of people might disagree with me on this, but A stands for attainable. Now I do believe that goals should have some possibility of you achieving them. There's no reason to set an impossible goal, because if you do that, you're just going to fail, and you're not going to be so motivated to pursue that goal because you're not going to achieve it. However, when you set a goal, you should make that goal very unlikely to achieve. Now, a lot of people might disagree with that, but hear me out. So if you set a goal that is very hard to achieve, then you're really going to strive, and you're really going to stretch yourself out, and you're going to get a lot further than you ever thought you could do. So by setting a goal that is extremely hard to achieve, let's say you have a 5% chance of actually achieving it. By doing that, then you are going to do a lot more than you think you could do. Our bodies are much more capable than we give them credit for. So make that goal extremely hard to do. And another thing to keep in mind, if you do fail, keep in mind that you did set an extremely hard goal. Again, if you set a goal that you have like a 5% chance of achieving, then don't be so hard on yourself, because if you are, then you're bound to fail, because being down on yourself will often lead you to give up, or it may lead you to be less motivated to keep on towards that goal. Now this one's pretty obvious, especially with New Year's goals, but have a deadline. So a lot of us, it's very common in the fitness world to set yearly goals. So at the beginning of the year we say, I want to do this, I want to lose weight. But again, make it specific, measurable. So don't just say I want to lose weight. Give it an exact number. So let's say I want to lose 15 pounds. 15 pounds by when though? If you don't set a deadline, then our minds are automatically going to procrastinate on the goal. We're just going to be like, I'll start tomorrow, or nah, next week. I have more time next week. I'll start really going at it next week. No, set yourself a deadline. That way, you give yourself no leeway and you just complete the goal. My next bit of advice is sub goals, and not just sub goals, but sub goals. So we all have that one goal that we're going for. Let's say for me, I want to gain 20 pounds this year. How am I going to do that? Let's break it down into seasonal goals, and not just seasonal goals, but monthly goals and even weekly goals. And you can even have daily goals, like eat a certain amount of calories today, work this out today, do this today. Just break it down from large to medium to small. The small goals should help you reach your medium goals, and then at the same time, those medium goals should direct you towards your long-term goal. So along with creating sub goals, you want to create 4 steps to achieve each of those sub goals. And honestly, the more steps, the better. So this is where you really need to get to work. If you have a certain sub goal, don't just write down that goal. In fact, write down 4 or 5 steps in order to achieve that sub goal. This will help your mind come up with ways and solutions to reach that goal. Next, write down your goals. You probably already do this, but if you don't, writing down your goals is extremely beneficial. Statistics show that if you write down your goals every day, not every month, not once, but if you physically write down your goals once a day, you are actually 42% more likely to achieve those goals. So by just simply writing down the goal every day, you are much more likely to achieve that goal. Continuing on, you want to learn from your previous attempts. Maybe in 2019 or whenever you're watching this, you've tried setting New Year resolution goals, but maybe you failed, or perhaps you succeeded. So from those previous attempts, you want to keep track of what went wrong and also what went right. So what went wrong, obviously, you want to discontinue. You want to remove it so you don't perform the same mistake again. Also, whatever went right, you want to make sure you continue that, because that can help you in your New Year's goal. And lastly, you want to observe and find obstacles. So this may take some self-awareness, this may take some time for you. You just need to sit down, pen and paper, and just write down what are all the obstacles that keep you maybe from eating healthier, or perhaps what keeps you from going to the gym every day. Because these obstacles, everyone has certain obstacles. No one has a perfect world that they live in where achieving their goals is easy. We all have obstacles. So everyone is different. So you need to find these obstacles in your life that is keeping you from maybe losing weight, gaining weight. Maybe it's money, maybe it's time, energy, or motivation. There are so many different obstacles out there, and you need to identify all of them. I suggest coming up with 5 obstacles, if not more. The more obstacles you discover, the better. And for each obstacle you find, you need to write down 4 to 5 ways to overcome that obstacle. Because once you find that obstacle, it doesn't help to just be aware of it. You also need to have a solution to overcome it. So that wraps up the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful, please subscribe and also like the video, and perhaps comment down below some of your tips on how to set goals, or some tips to keep yourself motivated. Share it with everyone below, some things that work for you, some things that help you stay motivated, stay disciplined. I would love to know, and I'm sure people down below would love to hear it as well. To summarize things, know your why. Also, make your goal specific, measurable, attainable, but very difficult to achieve, and also set yourself a deadline. Also, give yourself sub goals, and for those sub goals, have other sub goals, and for each sub goal that you create, make sure you have multiple steps to achieve that goal. Also, learn from previous attempts, and also discover obstacles and remove those obstacles. Thank you so much, guys. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.